This is how I became a valuable asset as opposed to someone you could just easily replace. I have, even at least on a very superficial level, created some type of emotional safety. This means I have allowed the other person to express themselves, even if it's toxic, even if it's unhealthy. By allowing the other person to vent and express themselves, and for me to actually kind of validate them and be curious and understand where the other person's coming from, even if it's not really in my interest, this allows me to create the default in that person to be able to express themselves and share. Because if you don't allow that, then the other person is just going to do that stuff anyway, or repress themselves. And repressing yourself, your emotions and your desires, it's going to manifest itself in a very unhealthy way. Much like if you were to stay in bed all day, your whole body will just feel like this energy oozing out of you in a very unnatural kind of way. By allowing your partner to do as they please on their terms, this will allow them to come to you on their own accord. You can't make your partner do anything. You can't force them to change their mind. Only they can change their mind. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Only the horse can make itself drink. Instead of being emotionally volatile, I became emotionally stable. Being emotionally stable is like drawing a moth to the flame. This is how you get the women. For the long term, not in the immediate short term. I'm talking for the long term, because you can still be an attractive tiger or tigress attracting in the short term. But if you're in the long term, you can be emotionally stable. This doesn't mean that you're stoic all the time. And this doesn't mean that you're ultra vulnerable and you're just sharing everything that comes to mind and it just spews out of you. Being emotionally stable means that you are unaffected as much as possible by whatever the other person says or does. They might be appearing hostile, they might be volatile themselves, but it just kind of bounces off you, not because you're deflecting what the other person says, but because you self-reflect and absorb what the other person expresses, and you take that in and you mirror that back to them. You paraphrase back to them what they're experiencing, and you investigate what they're experiencing, and you understand what they're experiencing. Because when you listen and you understand someone on a deep, deep, deep level, this creates safety. Do you know how much of a pain in the ass it was to just learn that? Mega pain in the ass. And you know what's so hard? It's because no one ever tells you this. No one ever tells you how to create safety. And I myself am still learning new ways to create safety, emotional safety. In my own family unit with my siblings and parents, there are times where we go up and down, and naturally we recover quite well. And I thought to myself, I don't have to actually be an expert at this to create safety. You don't have to be an expert at creating safety in order for someone to feel safe with you. I did want to learn how to create safety during much more intense adversity moments. Adversity is a good thing. A girl's tests and pressure on you is actually a good thing, because tests indicate that you are a worthy person of being given tests. And someone cannot feel even attraction towards you if they don't feel safe.